Can you use a budget microphone for your podcast? I have 4 microphones around me, and we're going to test these out. To make your podcast sound the best, you're going to want to have a mixer. So that's really the first thing you should look at purchasing is what type of mixer or amplifier that you're going to use. This is the Rodecaster Pro. There's also the Rodecaster Pro 2. Tascam and Behringer make boards for podcasting. You could also use a mixing board from a band that they use to amplify the sound. That will work, but these are nice because they're specifically made for podcasting. So I have the Rodecaster Pro in front of me, and I have the noise gate shut off so you can hear what these microphones will sound like with the background noise coming in also. All of these microphones are XLR and need phantom power. The microphone over here, which is the Rode Pod mic, it will need a cloud lifter. With this Rodecaster Pro, the Rodecaster Pro 2, you don't need the cloud lifter. The other microphones here, you can just put them straight into the board without a cloud lifter. I would imagine also that you can just take these microphones and plug them right into your camera, but they're not going to sound nearly as good as when you go through a mixer. So the first thing for your podcast would be your board. A lot of people are videotaping their podcasts, so a camera is another cost. So we're looking at 2 major costs right there. And then we come to the microphones, which you would think that would be the first thing that you would want to buy, but it probably ends up being the last thing that you buy. And you look at your budget and you say, I've spent all this money on the mixer, I've spent all this money on my camera. Now I'm going to spend another, $500 to $700 on a microphone. I just don't have that in the budget. So we have 4 microphones around here. I do not have the Shure SM7B because that one is $399, plus you need a cloud lifter. I also do not have the Electro Voice RE20, and I think you need a cloud lifter with that one also. I'm not sure, but that comes in at $449. So you're really adding up to a lot of your expenses. And unfortunately, we have to find a place where we can use something that is budget. So can we use budget microphones? Well, I'm going to switch over to this microphone first, and we're going to see what it sounds like in just a second. So now I am on the Rode Pod mic. It costs $99, but you do need to get a cloud lifter, which costs $149. A lot of people are using the Rode Pod mic along with the Rodecaster, but they're using the Rode Pod mic an awful lot. You have to kind of be up on top of it, and that's what I'm going to be doing with all of these microphones. I'm going to be talking very close to the beginning, and then I'm going to move away, and then we're going to listen to the background noise also. So this is what the Rode Pod mic sounds like going through the Rodecaster Pro with the noise gate open, meaning that you're going to hear all the background noise. Now let's switch over to another microphone. This microphone here is a Behringer C2. It's a pencil microphone. It's been out for quite a few years. A lot of bands use it for miking up their drums. It comes in 2 of these in one set. They're matched microphones for $50. So you have a $100 microphone over here plus a $149 cloud lifter. This over here, you get 2 of these microphones for $50. So if you're having 2 people speaking, that's going to work out pretty good. And again, I'm real close to this microphone, so you get an idea of what this sounds like. Now we're going to switch to another microphone. This is the Behringer C1. Yes, just need to make sure of that. And this comes in around, I believe it's $50. I will double check on that. And it has also been around for quite a few years. And this microphone, you do have to be kind of close to it for it to pick up really well, which is what you really want. And again, like I said, I will go around and we will see what the microphones sound like when I'm pulled away from them. This microphone is somewhat designed for exactly what we're doing. So it should be performing pretty well. So now we're going to switch to the last microphone we're going to check. You may have seen my cat just jump up on the table. And the last microphone we're going to be trying out is a shotgun microphone. It is the Audio Technica AT875R, and it comes in at $169, which is the high end of just the microphones. But again, the Rode Pod mic plus the Cloud Lifter is more than that. The question is, can you use a shotgun microphone as a pod mic? I know I look a little odd because I'm reaching down to reach this microphone, but you'll see later on why it's so far down here. I think you actually can use this microphone as a pod microphone. I use this microphone mostly above when I'm shooting my films for YouTube, and it works really well for me. But I just wanted to test out to see if this shotgun microphone would work as a podcasting microphone. So now we are going to test the different microphones at a distance. You heard what it sounded like when I was up close on all the microphones, but what if you aren't up on close to the microphones talking all the time? What does it sound like? So we're going to go back to the pod mic first. And a lot of times people will use the finger to thumb distance to measure. So that's what I just did here. And this is what the Rode Pod mic sounds like, using my finger and thumb distance away from the microphone. And you will also notice, except for this microphone over here, I don't have any foam or any protection. And so you're able to hear what the popping sound may sound like. So now we're going to move on to another microphone. This is the Behringer C2, and again, I am finger thumb away from this microphone. So this gives you an idea, if you happen to be further away from this microphone, what it would sound like as opposed to me being really close. Now we will go on to the third microphone. And this is the Behringer C1. And like I said before, it likes someone to be really close to it, but it does pick up pretty good when you're far away, like I have tested on the other two microphones. So now we're going to go to the fourth microphone, which should perform the best since it is a shotgun microphone. So now I'm using the shotgun microphone, and it should be picking up the best far away as opposed to all the other microphones, because that's what it's designed to do. And like I said, I usually have it up above when I'm shooting my YouTube videos, and that's the sound that I always get. So this is what the Audio Technica sounds like at the finger and thumb away. Now what we're going to do is check background noise. I don't know if you have heard, but I have a box fan running in the background that's about 12 feet away from me. What I'm going to do is go to each one of the microphones, and the noise gate is off on this, so you'll be able to hear the noise in the background, and so we'll see what each microphone sounds like. So first, we're going to go to the Rode Pod mic, and we're going to listen to the background noise to see if you can hear the fan. So that was the Rode Pod mic. Now we're going to be switching to the Behringer C2. I'm talking on the Behringer C2, and we're going to step away and see if you can hear the fan that's running in the background. So that was the Behringer C2. Now we're going to jump over to the Behringer C1. This is the Behringer C1, and I'm going to step away so you can hear what the background noise sounds like. So that was the Behringer C1, and now we're going to use the Audio Technica AT875R. Now, this microphone should actually pick up the background noise most of all because it is a shotgun microphone. So I'm going to step away, and we're going to see what the background noise sounds like. Okay, and then what I'm going to do now is a quick comparison without talking. I'm just going to point to each microphone and let you hear what the background sounds like. So that's what everything sounds like. I hope that helped you out. And if you have any questions, just please leave them in the comments below.